Hello there everybody, GrimmChorizo here. Welcome to Ringside Predictions. This Sunday is Survivor Series, so let's get into my predictions. So they've announced that there's going to be a 5-on-5 elimination match at Survivor Series, but they haven't said who the participants are as I'm filming this. So I'm just going to predict that it'll be Cesaro, Ryback, the Dudley Boys, and Neville versus Stardust, the Ascension, Sheamus, and King Barrett. That's what I'll say. Something along those lines. Maybe something to do with the New Day or the Usos because they're not involved or anything. The Lucha Dragons. Something with those people. But I think the face team is going to win. Whichever team has the faces on. Probably led by Cesaro. So now as far as matches actually announced. Dolph Ziggler versus Tyler Breeze. So this is Tyler Breeze's pay-per-view debut. And I think he's going to win it. He's been doing this feud with Dolph Ziggler for almost a month now. The two have not wrestled each other, which is good. It seems like something WWE would do by having them wrestle before the pay-per-view, which ruins the whole thing. But Breeze needs this win. He lost in his debut, which was against Dean Ambrose in the tournament. So I understand him not advancing, I guess. But he really needs a big win here, because so far he's beaten R-Truth and Zack Ryder, not exactly the most established stars, but by defeating Dolph Ziggler, I mean, that's going to help him out. And he's been using the Unprettier and the Beauty Shot to win matches, so he's got two moves to win with. But I mean, Breeze needs this win, and I think he's going to get it. Divas Championship. Charlotte retaining against Paige. Now, earlier this week, these two had a contract signing which actually closed out Raw, which I thought was awesome. I was not expecting the Divas to close out Raw. I don't think anyone was because they didn't announce that it was going to be at the end. So the contract signing ended in a brawl after something that's been very controversial this week is Paige saying that Charlotte's little brother, who has passed away, didn't have much fight in him. It's controversial because, obviously, what she's saying, and two, because apparently WWE didn't get permission or even run it by the parents of Reid Flair. So that really makes it not so okay. Personally, when she said it, it didn't bother me. I think I talked about on Wrestling Roundup that when they say things like that, it doesn't offend me or really make me upset. It just, as long as it's okay with the people close involved, and they okay it, like CM Punk and The Undertaker's feud revolving around Paul Bearer's death. A lot of people weren't okay with that, but I was because, you know, his sons okayed it, and it really made a good story. But either way, as far as the match at Survivor Series, I think that because of what Paige said, I think Paige is going to egg her on even more, and Charlotte's going to get disqualified, either by using a weapon, who am I kidding, it's the Divas, or maybe not breaking a 5 count, pushing the referee, something like that. I think Charlotte's going to be so blinded by anger and rage that it's going to cause her to get disqualified. So she'll retain the title, but Paige will win, and hopefully this will set up for a match at TLC in an actual stipulation match. Imagine Paige and Charlotte in a TLC match, or a tables match, or a ladder match, or even just a fucking no DQ match. But I am really excited for this match, definitely, because these two have never had a match against each other that I can recall. It's interesting because Paige was NXT Women's Champ. Charlotte was the next NXT Women's Champ. But Paige never dropped the title to Charlotte. It was vacated, and then Charlotte won a tournament. And that's a story they could be telling, but they're not really bringing it up. So either way, I think Paige wins by disqualification. Charlotte retains the title. Then the first of our semifinals, Roman Reigns versus Alberto Del Rio. I mean, Roman Reigns. There's nothing else to really say about this. I'm not really excited for this match. Last month, Alberto Del Rio made a shocking return, won the U.S. title from John Cena clean. I was excited then, but shortly after, all the excitement went away. His run so far, not just as champ, but since his return of the WWE, has been just not entertaining at all to me. I don't like or get the Mex America stuff. I haven't liked really any of his matches, and it just kind of sucks. Because it feels like the U.S. title went from like up here, now it's just back to where it was. I mean, I'm kind of torn here because we have Alberto Del Rio, the United States champion, and Kevin Owens, the Intercontinental champion, both in the tournament semifinals, which half of me is like, good. They're the champions. They should be making it this far in the tournament. But the other half of me is like, okay, but now because they're this far in the tournament, you know they're not going to win, because you're not going to have someone walk out with both titles. So that's kind of my split here. I'm good because it makes sense booking-wise, but at the same time, it takes away some unpredictability. Either way, Roman Reigns will defeat Alberto Del Rio. Then we have Dean Ambrose versus Kevin Owens, who's the Intercontinental Champion. I'm very excited for this match. I think Dean Ambrose is going to win and move on to the finals, which will give us Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose, because really that's the story that they've been showing here. After Raw, they did a thing where Ambrose and Reigns were staring each other down saying, you know, if one of us wins, it's all business. And they did the thing on SmackDown, like, tonight we're partners and we'll always be brothers, but if it comes down to us, we're going to duke it out and may the best man win. They're definitely telling that story. They planted the seeds. And it's a match that's never happened on the main roster. It's a big money match. They could start it here and then have it go to WrestleMania. But I think Dean Ambrose is going to beat Kevin Owens. I think it's going to be a hell of a match. And yeah, we're going to get Dean Ambrose and Roman Reigns in the finals. But before I talk about that, we have the Brothers of Destruction, Undertaker and Kane, teaming up again to face the Wyatt family. Well, two members of the Wyatt family. So, I'm excited, but kind of not. Here's why. You have the Brothers of Destruction, who 2 weeks ago laid out all 4 members of the Wyatt family on Raw. Now they're up against only 2 of them. And we're supposed to expect, or even think, that 2 members of the Wyatt family could defeat the Brothers of Destruction when all 4 were laid out. They haven't revealed which 2 are going to be fighting. I don't think they have. But I think it's going to be Bray Wyatt and Braun Strowman, because they're essentially the strongest ones. Bray is the leader. Braun is the giant who's never been defeated. I just feel like this story had some real potential, and they've done some cool stuff with the lightning, the fire, the druids, the sheep masks, but it just seems so predictable that the Brothers of Destruction are going to win. Which is why I'm going to go a completely different direction and say that the Wyatt family win. Because it's the 25th anniversary of The Undertaker. They've been doing all this Undertaker build-up. So I think he's going to lose. I know it sounds crazy, and I'm probably wrong, but I'm going to go with the Wyatt family. And I will touch on that more in the next part. So then we got Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. And I think Roman Reigns is going to win and become the world champion. I don't think there's going to be a heel turn here. I think Roman Reigns is going to win as a face, defeating Dean Ambrose clean. Now, back to the Wyatt family thing. If Roman Reigns, their big face right now, wins the world title, their second main event match is the Brothers of Destruction versus the Wyatt family. Can they really have the Brothers of Destruction, the big faces, win as well? That's just way too face heavy, I think. One of these is going to have to be a heel win, and the other a face win, in my opinion. So I think Reigns is winning that title. It's just obvious. I've tried to run other scenarios. Maybe Sheamus will cash in. Maybe Dean will turn heel. Maybe Roman will turn heel. Maybe Owens will, align with Triple H and win both titles. But honestly, I don't think any of that's going to happen. I just think Roman's going to win clean. Because I don't love Roman Reigns, and I don't want him to be champ right now. I think he should get it at some point, maybe like WrestleMania, but I don't think Vince can contain his boner. He just wants to, blow his load right now. And that's why I think Reigns is going to win. He was rumored to win it anyways when he was going against Rollins, so why would they change it now? I do think there's going to be a heel turn very soon, maybe from Ambrose, on Raw, but I just don't think it's going to happen at Survivor Series. I think it's going to be Roman Reigns' night, he's going to win the title, and I'm trying to accept that. Why couldn't it have been Cesaro? Regardless, I am excited. The tournament has been fun, there's been some good matches. It's cool that it's all a bit based around The Undertaker, but I think that is why he should lose. And then Kane's there too. He should lose too. But anyways, next month is TLC, so be sure to check out my predictions for that. Once again, thanks for watching. See you later.